Hi everybody, it's Chris here, and this week at Kids Club, if we would have been running, it would have been Japan Day. Now, at Kids Club every week we do different days with different themes for every day, and this theme for this term is all about sports. And the reason it was Japan Day this week is because the Olympics were supposed to be happening in Japan. But unfortunately, because of the coronavirus, they've been cancelled, but we're still having our Japan Day. So I thought it'd be good to share with you some things that happen in Japan that you can get along with yourselves as well. So this week in this video, I'm going to be teaching you something called origami. Ooh. Now, origami is basically the art of folding paper into something really beautiful. So all you need in this video to do it with me is one sheet of plain paper like this, A4 sized plain paper. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to make a paper crane. Okay, so a paper crane, and also it flaps its wings as well, which is very cool. So all you need is a piece of paper, but you might need an adult with you as well if you're a younger child, because some of these folds are quite difficult, and it might include scissors as well. I'm not going to use scissors, but you might need scissors for one of the cuts that we have to do. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, it's going to be very hard for me to show you this, so I'm going to have to do it stage by stage, which means it's going to be a long video. I'm sorry about that, but I'll try my best to show you how to do it. It's hard for you to see me and see the paper at the same time. But the first thing you need to do is to make a perfect square out of your piece of paper. So to do that, what you need to do is fold one of the corners over like this. Okay, so you need to fold the corner over so it's like that, and it needs to be perfectly straight along this edge. Can you see that? All right, so this is your normal A4. You're folding the corner over like that so that it's perfectly straight with that edge. Now make that a good fold. So what I do is I use my nails and I fold it with my nails all the way down like that. I crease it, okay? And then what I do is I fold it the other way like that, and I crease that the other way as well. So that fold is really strong in there, okay? Now what we're going to do here, you see this section here, this rectangle at the bottom. What I want you to do is fold that over like this. So basically what I've done is, this rectangle section, I folded it over so you've got a perfect triangle. Can you see that triangle there? Okay, and we're going to put a really strong fold in that rectangle as well. So again, I'm just creasing it with my fingernails, and then I'll fold it the other way like that, and again crease it with my fingernails. Now once you've got a really strong fold in there, this is where we cut it. Okay, so you might need scissors for this. All right, you might need an adult to get you some scissors, but you're going to cut it along that line that you've just folded. So you're going to cut off this rectangle bit at the bottom. Now I'm going to rip it, so you can, but you might need scissors. But because I've put a good fold in it, if you just pull it apart, can you see that it just rips along that fold? Okay. So you want a good fold, and now you're left with a triangle folded in half. So if you open that up, you should be left with a perfect square like this. So your A4 piece of paper is now a perfect square with a fold diagonally across it. What you're going to do now is put a fold diagonally across it in the other direction, so you make a cross on your piece of paper. So I'm going to do it down here. I'll show you once I've done it. There we go. So that was the fold I did initially. This is the new fold that I've just put in, and we're going to crease it again with our fingernails, make it a real strong fold, and then we're going to do the other way, fold it the other way, and again fingernails, just make it really strong. Okay, so can you see that cross now? We've got two folds in our paper. Can you see that? One going this way and one going this way. Excellent. What we're going to do now is we're going to fold it again. This time we're going to fold it long ways like that. Okay, can you see that? So instead of folding it diagonally like that, we're going to fold it not like that, that's diagonally. We're going to fold it up like that, so the two ends meet. So you've got a nice rectangle instead of a triangle. Okay, so again, I'm going to do that for you so you can see it. Okay, so it's like a mouth. All right, into a rectangle. Again, you want a really strong fold. So you're going to put in with your nails, and then you're going to open it, fold it again the other way, along the same fold, and again, put your nails into it and make it a good strong fold. So now you've got a cross with a line through it. All right, can you see that? Excellent. What we're going to do now is we're going to put another fold in this way so that you've got across, like, let me show you. It's hard to explain this. Oh, wow. Okay, so can you see that? You've got across this way, but you've also got across this way as well. So that's what you're looking for. It's a little bit like the Union Jack, the British flag. Okay, so again, strong fold, so we get your nails in it. Open it up and fold it the other way. And again, a strong fold with your nails in it. Okay, so can you see that? It's like a Union Jack. It's across that way and also across that way. Now all these folds need to be quite precise. All right, so you need to fold them in half or diagonally in half really well so that they match the edges. Okay, can you see how there's no gap underneath? If I hold it straight, they go right to the edge. Every fold is pretty much spot on. Okay, so now you've done that, what I want you to do is go to the corners like this, and we're going to fold it a bit like a paper aeroplane. Okay, this is a bit of a tricky fold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see this line here. I'm going to fold this corner in to meet with that line. Okay, so you end up with something that looks like that. Okay, so what I've done is I've folded that over, and so the edge of the paper now runs along the line that was diagonally across. Can you see that? Okay, so you end up with something like that. Okay, and then you're going to do the same on the other side, so that the other edge meets up with the one that you've just folded across. So you end up with something that should look like that. Okay, you see how that's a bit like a paper aeroplane that we make. So this is the A4 piece of paper with the folds in it. You folded that edge into the middle line, and that edge comes to meet it like that. Okay, again, these need to be really strong folds. All right, we're not ripping it, but we're putting the fold in there so that it's nice and strong. And again, we open it up, we fold it the other way. Again, a really strong fold the other way as well. Okay, what you got to do then is the same thing for all four corners. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next corner. I'm going to put in a strong fold like that. Can you see that? It's just exactly the same. Okay, and then the other side to meet it. Like that again, so I've got the same on the next corner, and then I'm going to fold it on itself to put the fold in, make it nice and strong to crease the paper. Okay, like that. Okay, so that's two of my corners done. I'm going to go on to my next corner. Again, putting in a good strong fold, and then putting the other side up to meet it. Again, another good strong fold. So that's the third corner done, I think. I'm going to open it up again. Hopefully you're able to see what I'm doing while I'm doing this. It's quite difficult to show you and fold the paper at the same time, but this is what I'm doing. Okay, so that's the third corner in. Open it out again, so you've got a square again, and you find your fourth corner. If you look, you should be able to see where your folds are. Okay, so can you see this one's been folded? This corner hasn't yet, so this is the one that I need to fold, and this one has been folded. You can see the creases in there, so you should be able to work out which corners are left for you to fold. Excellent. Again, another strong fold in there. Crease it with your fingernails. Excellent. Okay, you'll be pleased to know that is the last of our strong folds, I think. So once all these are in, it's just a case of building the bird then. Okay, but we need to put this working first to make sure the paper is in a position where we can build it. Okay, so now if you open it up, your paper should look at something a little bit like this, with just creases all over it. It's like a hexagon in the middle here with creases up to the corners all over. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. All right, but that's what it should look like. Now this is the trickiest part, because now you've got to build it into a bird. Okay, but it's also the most fun because you'll see it starting to come together. So we're going to fold it in half like this way, so you can see there we've got a nice rectangle. So that's just the square paper folded in half. Now what I want you to do is, on the edge, this is quite tricky, you need to just kind of push it a little bit here. Can you see that? I'm just going to kind of push it, and can you see these lines that go either side? So let's we're not making any new folds here. We're just using the folds that are there. Okay, so we're just folding that edge bit in. Can you see that there? And when you fold it in half, you should have the rectangle with a bit of a slope down one side. Okay, I'm going to do it again on the other side. So we're going to just kind of push it there so it separates the paper. And then you've got inside, it just flops under there like that. Can you see that? It's a fold you've already put in. It's not a new fold. You just need to push it a little bit and see where the paper goes. All right. So you end up with a shape that looks like that. Okay. Now we're going to see underneath here. We've got the best way to describe it is like a kite. So I don't know if you can see that here. In fact, I'll make it into a kite for you now, so you can see what I'm talking about when I say the kite. Okay. This is the trickiest fold, all right? So that's my kite shape. Can you see that? Yeah, nice shape of a kite. Now that's what I want you to get at, but this is by far the trickiest fold in the whole bird. So what we need to do is, this is the shape you're at now, okay? Like this. Now, I want you to look for that kite shape in your creases, all right? So it's just here. Can you see it? There's the crease there, and then it goes straight up here, across here, and down here. So you've got that kite shape. That's what you're looking for. Now, what you need to do next is this bit under here that's not in the kite shape. That needs to fold under. Like that. Can you see that? So we make that kind of shape. So it just folds underneath. And now you can start to see the kite shape. So it's like a tent of some description. Look at that. All right, so you're just pushing it so you can see your kite shape. And then, once you've done that, two on the edges need to fold in half. So this one here, you see that's folding in half. That's the kite. It's folding in half to make it a flat, and the one on the other side does the same. Folds in half to make it a flat kite shape on both sides. Can you see that? You might need to watch that a few times. I don't know how clear it is, but that is by far the trickiest fold that you will have to do. So I'll do it one more time. Again, you might need to watch the video a few times just to get it. So that's the shape that we have. We're looking for that kite shape, so it's here. Okay, the bottom bit you push under, like that. Okay. So then you're left with like a tent with 4 legs. Can you see that? Yep. And then the 2 kites, so that's 4 kites in effect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, your 2 side kites you fold in half like that, and that produces one flat kite shape like that. Okay, excellent. Now you'll notice once you've got this kite shape that there's some flaps underneath. Can you see that? There's 3 flaps. So there's this one here. There's like a central one. And then there's one on the other side. There's actually 4, but the 2 in the middle make the central one. So can you see that? Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold the 2 outer ones straight up. Again, we're not really folding, we're just moving the paper in the position that it will naturally go in. Alright, so now you're left with this shape. Okay. Then what we're going to do is going to put our fingers in the middle here. Can you see that? And there's another flap here that's just going to open up. Okay, do that on both sides. And now what you're left with is a shape that looks like this. Okay. Now, this bit here, we're just going to allow it to move down a little bit. I'm just pulling it with my fingers, just pulling it out so that it's parallel with this line here. Okay. Can you see that? So that's where it was. There. Can you see that that line is not parallel? I'm just going to move that out. You have to force it a little bit, and that's parallel with that line. And then to hold it there, we're going to squeeze it here. Okay, so when I let go, these flaps now are holding that in that position. We're going to do that on both sides. So can you see here, that line there, that's parallel? Continue the line up. It's not parallel, is it? Sorry, it continues the line up. So this line here, we're just going to move that one out so that it's in line with that line. Can you see how that's in line now? With that line there. Excellent. So now you've got a shape that looks like that, which is quite cool. Now these flaps here are the wings, okay? But at the minute they're really low down. So what we're going to do is we're just going to fold them back up like that. And then we're going to pinch the whole thing here. Okay, whole thing there. And then we're just going to roll the wings around our finger to make them look a bit more natural. Can you see that? So this one's stuck right up here, where this one is just folded over. We're going to do that with the other side. So we're just rolling it over our finger, just letting the paper move down a little bit. Okay, so now we've got our 2 wings. You see those wings? Excellent. Now choose one of them to be your head and one to be your tail. One of these spikes. Sorry, one to be your head, one to be your tail. I always think this one is the head because the wings seem to be going in that direction. So I choose this one to be the head. And what I do is I just open it up like that. Can you see that? Just open it up, push it through, and then pinch it back together again. And you, gone too far. See, I'm watching the video, not watching my paper. See, like that. Okay, so what I did there, I just pushed it down and then pinched it back on there to make a little head shape. Okay, and that is our finished bird. We've got our head here, we've got our tail here, we've got our 2 wings here and here. Now, what's cool about this origami paper crane is if you hold it under here like this, you just pinch it there so that it's all held together. You can let it go and it won't fall apart. It's really good. But if you hold it all together there and just slowly pull the tail, can you see how the wings move? That's my favourite thing about this origami crane. You can pretend it's flying. Excellent. So that's my paper crane. It's very difficult to make. Well, it's not very difficult to make, but it is quite difficult to make. I hope this video helps you to see how to make it. It's probably not the clearest because I can't show you what I'm doing with my hands. It's very difficult, but hopefully you will be able to make that paper crane. Watch it a few times if you need to. Get an adult to help you, and if you are able to do it, send us a picture of your paper crane that you've made, just so that I know you can do it. That'd be really cool. You can send us a picture on the phone number that is on your Kidz Club sheet if you come to Kidz Club. If you don't come to Kidz Club, you go to our website www.kidsclubleeds.org.uk. You can get the sheet on there. I'll probably put the phone number down in the description. Send me a picture via WhatsApp, and I'd love to see if you've been able to make our paper crane. Alright, so that's origami, which is the Japanese art of paper folding, and we've made a paper crane. Well done, guys. Alright, we'll see you soon.